So students, next we will learn about Cartesian system. Cartesian system. Okay. Cartesian system. Okay. So Cartesian system is named after René Descartes, the great French mathematician. Cartesian system is named after the famous French mathematician. René Descartes. Okay, the name is René Descartes. René Descartes. Okay, famous French mathematician. He only found out this Cartesian system. Okay, so in Cartesian system, students, so Cartesian system. So till now we have been learning about number line. Here 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2. With the help of these, we have been able to locate this number 1, 2, 3, and rational numbers and also irrational numbers on the number line, isn't it? But now, if a point is located on a surface, I said that two things are required, isn't it? Only, and here the number line gives us only, this is only one, only one description is required to locate 1 on the number line, isn't it? Isn't it, students? But the problem is that when we are locating a point on a surface, then we cannot just locate with only one description. Two things are required. So for that only the Cartesian system was developed. In Cartesian system, always there are two axes. There are always two axes. This is called the name of this axis is called x-axis. This one is called the x-axis. Okay, x-axis is named this way, x-ox, and the name of this axis is called y-axis. Students, the name of this axis is called x-axis, and the name of this axis is called y-axis. X-axis is named this way, x-ox. Okay, x-ox is the name of x-axis, x-ox, and y dash is the name of the y-axis. The x-axis and y-axis meet at the point O. Okay, students, the x-axis, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Both the axes meet at the point O, and this O point is called the origin. Okay, like we mentioned, reference point, no, this O, origin is the reference point. This point O is called the origin. Okay, origin, this one's name is origin, and this part of the x-axis from the origin towards the right side, this is called the positive x-axis. Okay, from the origin towards the right hand side, it is called the positive x-axis. From the origin towards the left hand side, it is called the negative x-axis. Friends, see carefully. Okay, from the origin towards the right hand side, it is called the positive x-axis. From the origin towards the left hand side is called the negative x-axis. From the origin to upwards, it is called the positive y-axis, and from the origin downwards, it is called the negative y-axis. Okay, see very carefully. From the origin towards the right hand side, if you go towards the right hand side, this is called the positive x-axis. From the origin towards the left hand side, it is called the negative x-axis. from the origin towards the upper side, it is called the positive y-axis. From the origin downwards, it will be called the negative y-axis. Okay, this will be drawn on a piece of graph paper. Okay, in Cartesian system, we will always draw these axes, x and y axis. That means, okay, x and y axis on a piece of graph paper. Okay, and now you see, students, some more things we need to know. This is called the first quadrant. This is called the second quadrant. This is called the third second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So this is called the first quadrant. This is called the first quadrant. This part is called the first quadrant. Okay, this plane, when this plane is there, isn't it? And this x-axis and y-axis were not drawn. After I draw the x-axis and y-axis, the plane is divided into four parts, isn't it? When I had not drawn the x and y-axis, the plane was empty, the whiteboard was empty, isn't it? Nothing was there. But once I draw this x-axis and y-axis, the plane is divided into four parts. This part is called the first quadrant. This part is called the second quadrant. This part is called the third quadrant, and this part is called the fourth quadrant. Understood? Okay? And once again, this will be called the positive x-axis. This is called the negative x-axis. This is called the positive y-axis, and this is called the negative y-axis. Okay? And this point is called the where the two axes are meeting. This point is called the origin. Okay? So now, students, let us see how to locate a point on a piece of graph paper. Okay? So let us see how to locate a point on a piece of graph paper. So like this is the positive x-axis. So you will write it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, isn't it? And this side is negative, so -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, and this side positive y-axis: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This side negative, so you write -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, like that. Okay. So now, students, now if you want to locate a point, suppose one point is given to you. That is, suppose 1.2,5 is given to you. One point is given to you 2,5. Okay. So 2,5 point. How will you locate the 2,5 point? So let us see. The point given to you is 2,5. You are asked to locate 2,5. Okay. So let us locate. So here, this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. 2 means the value of x. That means 2 is the x coordinate and 5 is the y coordinate. Okay, so let us locate 2,5. 1. Let us see. First we will locate 2. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, and y is how much? 5. So let us locate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this point is 2,5. Okay, so next one more point let us locate, students. -3,4. Suppose one point is given to you -3,4. So x is -3 and y is +4. Okay, so let us locate -3,4, -1, -2. Let us locate -1, -2, -3 and 4. Isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point will be, students, -3,4. Okay, one more point let us locate. -4, -2. if you are asked to locate minus 4 comma minus 2, so let us locate, students. First, what is the value of x? X is what? Minus 4 and y is minus 2. So let us locate minus 1, minus 2. See, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Minus 4 and minus 2. Minus 1, minus 2. So this point is minus 4 comma minus 2. Okay, let us look at one more point. Friends, suppose one more point, 5 comma minus 4 you want to locate. 5 comma minus 4 you want to locate. So let us locate 5 comma minus 4. Let us locate from here. From here, always start from here. Okay, x is what? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and minus 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. Here. 5 comma minus 4. Okay, students, understood? Very easy. Okay, suppose one more point you want to locate. One more point you want to locate. Suppose 7 comma 0. 7 comma 0 you want to locate. X is 7 and y is 0. So let us count. 1, 2. X is 7, isn't it? Value of x is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And y is how much? 0. So it will not move. It will be here only. This point is 7 comma 0. This point. Okay. Again suppose one more point you want to locate, that is suppose 0 comma minus 6. 0 comma minus 6 you want to locate. Okay, 0 comma minus 6. So let us locate 0 comma minus 6, isn't it? So x is 0 and x is 0 and y is how much? X is 0 and y is minus 6. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. This point will be 0 comma minus 6. This is the point. Understood? And whenever you are marking a point, you have to write it in bracket like this. This is 2 comma 5 like this. So you might have observed that the sign that is observed in the first quadrant is, in the first quadrant always both x and y will be positive. Students, in the first quadrant always x and y is positive. In the second quadrant, this is the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. Plus means both x and y are positive in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. In the third quadrant, x also negative, y also negative. In the third quadrant, students, x also negative, y also negative. And in the fourth quadrant, as we can observe, x is positive but y is negative. Please remember this thing, okay? In the first quadrant, students, in the first quadrant, x is also positive and y is also positive, isn't it? In the first quadrant, x is also positive and y is also positive. In the second quadrant, x is negative but y is positive. In the third quadrant, x is also negative and y is also negative and y is also negative. In the fourth quadrant, x is positive but y is negative. Is it okay? So students, whenever any point is given to you, suppose 3 comma 5, and here 3 is called the x coordinate. Here 3 is called the x coordinate, and 5 will be called the y coordinate. The first part is called the x coordinate and the second part is called the y coordinate. Okay. So one more thing you have to write as a note, students. As a note you have to write, so understood? First part is called the x coordinate, second part is called the y coordinate. And write it as a note. The x coordinate, of a point is also the x coordinate. The x coordinate of a point is also called abscissa. Okay, the y coordinate of a point is also called ordinate. Okay, in a point both x and y coordinate will be there, isn't it? So the x coordinate of a point, is also called abscissa, and the y coordinate is also called the ordinate. X coordinate is also called the abscissa. Suppose I wrote 3, 5. Here 3 is the x coordinate, isn't it? Here 3 is the x coordinate. So 3 will also be called abscissa, and 5 will be also called ordinate. That means x coordinate can be said as abscissa also, and y coordinate can be said as ordinate also. Okay? So now let us enter exercise 3.2. Let us enter exercise 3.2. Exercise 3.2. Okay. 3.2 number 1. What is the name of the horizontal and vertical lines? What is the name of the horizontal and vertical lines drawn to determine the position of any point in the Cartesian plane? That means when we draw this horizontal line and this vertical line on a piece of graph paper, what is the name of this horizontal line? The name of the horizontal line is the name of the horizontal. The name of the horizontal line is x-axis, and the name of the vertical line is y-axis. Isn't it, students? Isn't it? The name of the horizontal line, the name of this horizontal line is x-axis, and the name of this vertical line is y-axis. And what is the name of each part of the plane formed by these lines? That means this part, this part, this part, and this part. What are the names of these parts? When we draw the two axes, x-axis and y-axis, this part is called this part, this part, this part, and this part. All these are called what? Quadrants. Name of each part will be called quadrants. Number 3. Write the name of the point where the two lines intersect. The two lines intersect at this point. What is the name of this point? The name of the point is origin. Students, the name of the point where two lines intersect. That means the x-axis, this is the x dash o x, and this is y o y dash, isn't it? Both the x-axis and y-axis intersect at this point. This point is called the origin, isn't it? Isn't it? So students, next let us see the question number 2, exercise 3.2. okay, exercise 3.2, let us see question number 2. See figure 3.14 and write the following. The coordinates of B, okay, the coordinates of the point B. Just see this figure. The coordinates of the point B you need to find out. What are the coordinates of the point B? How will you find? From here you start. You have to find the coordinates of the point B. Okay, let us find out. So coordinates of the point B, how will you find? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. This is x and y is 1, 2. So this will be -5, 2. For number 1, for this number 1, number 2, number 1, you will give in your copy and you will write the answer that the coordinates of the point B are -5, 2. Okay, see here, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and 1, 2. So -5, 2. Like in the same way, the coordinates of the point C. Let us find out the coordinates of the point C. Coordinates of the point C we need to find out. So let us find out the coordinates of the point C. Okay, So how will you find out? Start from here. Always x first. This is C. Okay. So 1, 2. See nicely. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. That means 5, comma minus 5. You will write it in your copy. I am just showing it in your book. Okay. You will write that. In the answer you will write the coordinates of the point C are 5, comma minus 5. Okay. In the same way, number 3, you see the point identified by the coordinates minus 3, comma minus 5. That means which point in this graph that is shown in the figure 3.14, which point is identified by minus 3, comma minus 5. Let us see minus 3, comma minus 5, students. Let us start from here. What is the point identified by the coordinates minus 3, comma minus 5? So let us see minus 3, comma minus 5. Start from here. Minus 1. See, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. X is minus 3. X is minus 3 and y is x is minus 3 and y is minus 5, isn't it? So let us start. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 5. This one, isn't it? See, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So you will write the point identified by the coordinates minus 3, comma minus 5 is E. Okay, is E you will write. Okay. So next, in the same way, the point identified by the coordinates 2, comma minus 4 you will find out. 2, comma minus 4. The point identified is G. In the abscissa of the point D. The abscissa of the point D. That means, what is the meaning? The abscissa of the point D means the x coordinate of the point D. Okay. Let us find out where is the point D. This one. Okay. Here in the question it is said that find the abscissa of the point D. Abscissa of the point D means x coordinate of the point D. X coordinate of the point D you will find. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. The point is 6, comma 2. The point is 6, comma 2, isn't it? Here it is said that the abscissa of the point D. Okay. The abscissa of the point D will be the x coordinate of the point D. The x coordinate of the point D is 6. The abscissa of the point D is what? 6. You will write in your answer classwork copy. The ordinate of the point H minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 3, minus 5, minus 3. So what is asked in the question? The ordinate of the point H. The ordinate of the point H. What is the meaning of abscissa? Abscissa means x coordinate, isn't it? Abscissa means x coordinate and ordinate means y coordinate. So here in the question it is asked that the ordinate of the point H. The ordinate of the point H is what? Minus 3. Understood? In this way you will write all this. Exercise 3.2 number 2 you will write in your classwork copy by studying the graph from here. Okay, figure 3.14. Okay, students.